There's a big old Voyage we got here. No air unit, got a basement air. Okay. You can see we got some issues right there. That issues right there, someone wadded it all up with silicone. In here, she said she got numerous leaks in this thing. Look at all that right there. That's a big old mess right there. Looks like one of them there moon pies you find out in the pasture. Cattle pie. We'll take that off of there. Oh, this all slobbered on here. This is the solar panel. Don't sound bad. Fiberglass. We're going to check it out and see what's going on with it. Get some other problems over there. So you can see we got problems up here with this seam. Big gashes and gaps in there. You can see all that, how it's pushed in. So there's obviously an issue under there and down the other side over there as well. So we will see what we got on this. But this is a one-piece shelf. One-piece shelf. So we're gonna have to get this put back together. Da-da-da. Look at all this here. It's coming right off. Yep. More here. There's some issues with this right in here going around. Water all that up, and all down there. Some here. This is the wire for the antenna that they just taped on there. So it's the, we're going to be taking this out of here. This whole base. Do all that. You can see the cracking right in there. But this thing is leaking really bad everywhere. So, all right. Well, we will be back now that we got the vacuum going on the other side. We're putting the roof down over there. Getting rid of some of the debris that may be on there. That actually seems like it's kind of tight, but I can pull this section up right here. That wants to move right in there. Well, he said, well, you see they just have so many trouble with it, and that's why it's all mounted up. But anyhow, we'll keep you posted on what we got. I'm giving you the first clip of this Voyage. This is our Voyage. So we got one side all glued, ready to go. Fiberglass roof. And then we had to really prep this. So what we're going to do now is just glue it. We're going to roll that over. And then obviously we have all our, we only have a couple of vents actually on this one. That's all we got. Clean this out. We'll have turn bar put on there. We got solar panels and everything going on this. But that's what we're waiting for now, just for the glue to, what's called flash off. Some people say dry it. It doesn't dry, it flashes off. So, but the other roof, you know, it had a turn bar here, but this was all the color, so we're only going to be able to bring the roof into here. So they may want to either repaint that or something, but if we brought our roofing all the way over here, we'd come down here. There's nothing here to terminate it. There's a termination bar, and you'd have there's the front fascia cap. You wouldn't be able to kind of get all that to look right. So we're just going to bring it back here, and then the easiest thing would be to do is, like I said, either paint that or just leave it, whichever. But you can't really see it from the ground. But you could epoxy it. You know, they do make some nice epoxies now where you can paint all this. You can paint it on. You can probably bring down the lights and put a different color on there. You can match the color, but it's really strong. But anyhow, that's what we're going to do. But you can see how kind of white it is. That means it's not ready yet. When it's all clear, then it's ready to go. And like I said, we'll clean all this booger out of here. So they had a lot of issues with this, and then also the vents and a lot of those components that were on there were causing all these chronic leaks. And that's why we need to get a good roof on here. So we got this one, this side's already down. We're just waiting for this one to, like I said, flash off. And we'll clean up all this stuff. But well, we'll be back. This is the Voyage. And we'll show you when we get it all rolled out and get all those satellites on there and solar panels and so forth. This is the windshield gasket to the Voyage. That's what this is right here. And there's no sealant on there, but it was just stuck up on there. She had put some tape on there to try to keep the water out. So what we're going to do now is we're going to clean it all up. We're going to re-adhere it on there. We're going to show you that in a second where it goes. This is the Voyage. And that's where that windshield gasket goes. You can see all that tape residue that's up there. We're going to show you what it looks like. Well, water had been coming in there, and that's why she put the tape on there. And she had some issues with the windshield, and they had already squirted it away, and now they have issues on this side as well. But I think that's a new windshield if I'm correct. But anyhow, the water's still coming in. Let's go up top and take a look at it. So there's some more tape coming down here, but that was a wire she had run, and we had brought it up through the roof. And then she had tape. They had tape on here. And that was because that's a leak too, so we're going to square that away. This was just caked with some bad caulking, so we want to make sure that's all sealed. But this is the part that we were talking about right here on the windshield. You can see all that dirt and everything in there. It's all dry. So we're going to put that gasket back on. We're going to seal all that so the water can't get in there. And keep all that water out. Maybe some water running in this way too, so we've got some backer rod in here. We're going to load this and we're going to fix this. Whatever does run in, at least it can go down this way, you see. So that's what we're working on. We'll clean all that up. But there's nothing in here. There's no adhesive, no caulk, no nothing on there. Very little on here. But there isn't enough to keep that out for sure. So we'll do that, and then we'll probably end up going around these lights, make sure those are sealed. It feels like there's silicone in there. Oh boy, how I love that stuff. Yeah, there is. You can see it right there. That is silicone. Don't use silicone. In fact, if you really want to offend somebody, just call them silicone. Use silicone, just use it as a swear word. It's just terrible stuff. So now, on the top here, I'll show you how much we got done. Put the tape on there to kind of align some stuff here, but the roofing, this is the old fiberglass. This whole thing was fiberglass, so now we can't bring our roofing all the way over like that. It just isn't going to work. So I might have to, like I think I mentioned that earlier, but you have to paint that. This is the antenna that was taped here. The wire wasn't, it just came up on the roof for their Wi-Fi, and then we put a piece of metal here. It has to have a magnetic base. It has to have that metal on there for it to work, I guess. And then we're going to load this with some product. Same thing with these solar panels. So the way we got these panels, so these things are going to be real tight, and we'll load them as well. And so we're moving along with it. We just got to get everything loaded, then we wash it down. But this is a similar way of how we load them right there. And then we'll get to the rest of them. But that's what we're working on. That's about it. So we got a little bit more to do. We got to make sure we get another strike on the side here. And that ought to get us. All right, this is our Voyage. She is done, all cleaned up, ready for the prom. You see we got our logo on here, rvroofinstall.com, November 2018. So we've got all these here on extras. That's what we put on. And these are for extra satellites. That's what they wanted. See how we got them all the satellites right here? Solar, not satellite, solar. And then we get all these cinched in here. All these wires are all zip tied together, so everything looks well there. And then we went around here and we fixed the front of this. Got some new fasteners in it and sealed that up much better. Also went around the windshield. That windshield, I think I was showing you, had a lot of problems, so we took that off, cleaned the rubber gasket and fixed it, and then we also fixed all in here so the water can't flow in. Now it'll get down this pillar and roll out like it should. So we get all that squared away. Then this is a Wi-Fi antenna. That's the way that goes. But we're all set. So this is a 60 mil commercial grade roof. I don't know why that blurred out on us. This is a 60 mil commercial grade roof. It's a structured membrane. Well, the structure is like a weave inside it, and it helps to resist hail impacts and tree branches and things. But even if you did get a branch that went through it, we'll say one comes down, or we can take the same material right here and we can do a heat weld patch, and it won't affect your warranty. We'll be all right with that. You can see we got the flanges. This one obviously doesn't have ACs, but you can see the way we got all our flanges on here. You can see it under there. So now as the water is coming across the coach, even if in heavy winds and everything, if it wants to try to ride up, it can't, and it'll get forced out, and it'll end up shooting out the back. Right here, it's probably a better the flange. So when the water runs up, it'll end up hitting here, and it'll have to get forced to roll out. It can't. It's not going to be able to hop over. So then we got 2 layers of caulking on here. These are 2 layers of caulking. These are 2 layers of caulking that we put on here. If you've ever run a caulking gun, the reason why we put 2 layers is if you've ever run one, you'll hear it pop and crack. That's an air bubble you just injected. So we put 2 layers on there because there's a chance of having one air pocket over another. So if you just had the 1 layer, coach is going down the road, it's racking, twisting, flexing, that little air bubble could pop. So we put 2 layers on it to make sure that's not going to happen. The other thing that's real important, I'm going to try and get this camera to see that. You can faintly see that right there. That's a special primer we put on. You need to have that primer on there. And we put them on with little artist brushes. Anywhere there's going to be caulking, like even like in here, that's all primed. Everything's all primed so it'll bond well. So that's a real important to have on there. So there's this come out real well. That color looks pretty well too, I think. Kind of goes with that goldish down on that side. But other than that, we're about ready to get her out. And then down the road, they're going to put on some new satellite. I keep saying satellite. Solar. They're going to be putting more solar like they have here. Now it's all laid out for the same exact ones. So you just place them on there and then maybe run the wires however they deem. That's not something we'll end up doing. But at least we prepped it for her. And again, we get all the 2 layers, strikes down the sides, the front, everything's all doubled up. So thank you for watching. Get on our website, rvroofinstall.com. You can learn about the roof systems. We don't want you folks doing this twice. This is the best system out there for the dollar. This is all heat welded right here. There's no caulking needed here. That's all heat welded right in there. The other thing, let's see, I'll go over the other side there and show you why this works real well. As this is heat welded too. So on yours right now, if you probably don't have one of our roofs, but the vent is sitting on the roof with a whole bunch of caulking on there. Well, you got 3 inches of weld. It's not just welded here. This whole thing is all welded around. There'd be a heck of a water drop to try to pull that out or get through all that. So it's the best system out there. We want people to get educated about it so they know who's doing their roof and where their money's going. You know, we don't want you to have to do these things twice. There's a lot of systems out there. Now I know there's spray-on roofs, and the spray-on roofs, there's a video on our website, on our homepage, and also on our YouTube as well. And you can go watch that video about spray-on roofs and so forth. But the fella over there at the I know RV Armor is one that I'm referring to, but on his FAQs about air conditioners, within 1 minute of that video that he has, he says if it was a commercial roof, it would have a curb and it would have flashing and counter flashing, and that's what we got right here. So if you know that's the right way to do it, why are you not doing it that way? So, but there's a lot of other concerns I have with a spray-on roof. You can't just spray over something. You want to know what's underneath it and so forth. There's a lot of prep. That's why roofs fail. Poor preparation. Well, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, give us a call here, 423-475-7663. And this must be our alarm. Shut that daggum phone up. Hey, 423-475-7663. Thanks for watching.